Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining. So some really good news today, actually within the past couple days, and that is that production of the 392 Hemi V8 has been extended another year. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining. So as you may recall, and we've discussed this before, 2023 was the last year for the Dodge Charger and the Dodge Challenger Hemi V8 muscle car. However, the Hemi V8 was extended, or actually was continuing production into 2024, and that was to be the last year for all the Hemi V8s. 2024, the Hemi V8 was available in Ram trucks, in the Dodge Durango, as a matter of fact, in the Dodge Durango, including the Hellcat motor, which was fantastic, and also in some of the Jeep line, the Jeep Grand Cherokee, I think the new Grand Cherokee Wagoneer, and especially in the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392 Final Edition. And that was a monster, or is a monster. So recently Dodge announced that the Durango, which again was supposed to wrap up production at the end of 2024, would be extended until and through the 2025 model year with Hemi V8s, the 5.7 and the 6.2 Hellcat motor, which is again fantastic. The Hellcat motor continues through the 2025 model year. But the 392 was not going to also be extended in the Durango into 2025. So the 2024 Durango was the last Durango you could get the 392 in, and presumably the 392 would no longer be available in anything after 2024, as it is now available still in the 2024 model year in the Jeep Rubicon 392 Final Edition. But now, within the past couple days, Jeep has just announced that the 392 Hemi V8 will continue to be available in the 2025 model year. In what? In the 2025 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392 Final Edition. So it's the Final Edition continues into the 2025 model year. Of course, it is going north of 100,000, but it's still available. And bottom line, and the most important part of this, is that it's still going to be in production. Now, I saw one of these 392 Rubicons at a Cars and Coffee a while back, and it is just a monster. I think it even had an exhaust cutout. Just fantastic. And by the way, I have a couple friends who had Jeep CJs in the 70s. They were 70s Jeep CJs, and I forget what year, 73s maybe, and they had V8s. And that was just a fantastic thing. And then when they reintroduced the 392 in the Rubicon, it's just like, wow, I can't believe there are V8s once again in the CJ type Jeeps. So again, great news when they reintroduced them, and great news that they're going into 2025. Now, why, you might ask, is Stellantis doing this? Continuing production of the, most of the full range of the Hemi V8s that we all love. We all know that Carlos Tavares, the Belgian CEO of Stellantis, is a guy who wants to move us to an all-electric fleet. He's also said he wouldn't buy carbon credits from a company such as Tesla to offset Stellantis not complying with the lower government-mandated CAFE standards, actually the higher CAFE standards in the Stellantis fleet. Thus the reason for terminating production of our beloved Hemi V8s in the first place. Now, as we've discussed in previous videos, I believe Tim Kuniskis was an advocate for the Hemi V8 and the muscle cars, and he was fed up with the direction of Dodge. So basically, he said, that's it, I'm out of here, I'm retiring. We are now also seeing many other Mopar executives very recently exiting Stellantis at a rapid pace. And Stellantis CEO Tavares also stabbing the U.S. auto union workers in the back after negotiating really a big new contract that was supposedly negotiated in good faith, and then announcing huge layoffs and facility shutdowns. They're going through this big cost-cutting exercise at Stellantis here in the U.S. So with all the Mopar U.S.-based executives and advocates for the U.S. Mopar brands leaving Stellantis, it's really a surprise to me that extending the Hemi V8s is happening. So again, why is this happening? Well, my analysis. Continued production of the Hemi V8s means that if there's a change in government rules and regulations, that they can continue making these great engines, whereas if they close down production of the Hemi V8s and things changed, it would be a lot harder to retool and restart production of these great engines. And as we have seen, there's no love for EVs in the United States. The enthusiasm and the demand for EVs in the United States has plummeted. People here, and it might be a different market than it is in Europe, have decided they want internal combustion engines for a variety of reasons. And we've discussed that in other videos. I'm not going to get into that here. But in the meantime, there's a very real possibility for an administration change this November. And if that happens, the direction of the country would change regarding internal combustion engines, regarding energy production and prices of energy, and so forth. So again, I'm not trying to get political here. This is just a fact. The onerous EPA regulations and the NHTSA CAFE standards that have been really raised to an unrealistic level will be rolled back if there's a change in administration. It's just a fact. And also the EV mandate would go away. So maybe realistically, Tavares and his gang have realized that based on the huge sales drop in the Mopar brands and with the stalled adoption and lack of enthusiasm, as I mentioned, for EVs here in the US, they better have a contingency plan for the US market. So extending the Hemi V8s past November and past the election could give Mopar brands what they need to stay alive. They could quickly reintroduce Hemis in the Ram trucks, so it wouldn't just be the twin-turboed six-cylinder. They'd also be able to reintroduce the Hemis. They could keep it going in the Jeep brands, and they can even get it into the new Charger, because as we know, the electric Charger will also be available next year with an internal combustion engine, that twin-turboed engine, but I'm sure they also designed it so they could stick in a Hemi V8 in case they ever needed to do so. So anyway, as far as I'm concerned, there's reason to be hopeful. So let me know what you think. Put a comment down below. And if you haven't already done so, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hopefully we'll see you next time, and maybe there'll be some good news. Take care.